zone of filming. That's not it. We're gonna cut that out. We're gonna change it. Oh, my notes are over there. Gotta get my notes. Hi guys, what's up? It's been a while since I've done this video of me just standing here talking to you. I know it's been forever, but you know we're gonna talk about stuff. So, I don't know if you guys know, but this year is Disneyland's 60th anniversary. I don't know what that noise was, but happy birthday, Disneyland. Because it is Disneyland's 60th anniversary this year, I was thinking about making a video of where I'd like Disneyland to go and where it would probably be going in the next 50, 40 years until the 100th. So 100th anniversary, you know, this is where I think Disneyland will be going in the next 40 years. Or just, you know, options of where they could go. Because there's lots of room for improvement in California Adventure especially. But we'll get to that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each section of the park differently and then at the end just do California Adventure overall. You know, California Adventure needs some loving. Let's start with Main Street. I think Main Street has been, you know, extremely influential in forming Disneyland and other theme parks of how they're formed today, where it's got that one entryway with a street, the shops. It's very influential. I think that, you know, Main Street is going to be staying mostly the same. They've just updated a bunch of the buildings. They've repainted them. I've heard that people are saying that they're going to take out Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln and replace it with like the Walt Disney Story, which I believe is taking from another park, so it's not original. But I don't believe that if they do that, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln will be gone forever. I feel like if they're going to do that, they're going to replace it and then bring it back. Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln's been there since the 60s. It's not gonna leave. So there is plans, which I think they've already got it up, but there's plans to make the castle at the end of Main Street something for the 60th. I believe they're just gonna make it glittery, sparkly. They're adding sequins or something. I don't know. Something so that it's reflective and shiny and pretty. I don't see any changes to the central hub, Main Street, the entranceway, the castle, or the train. Major changes. There would be a change for an entryway to Critter Country, which we'll talk about a little later, and it would probably be where the current opening for the cast members is, which is next to the fire station. Let's move on to Fantasyland! A lot of people who are saying that Fantasyland needs to be completely redone. I disagree with that. They are updating the storybook rides, which a lot of people are upset about the storybook rides still being there as they've been taken out in other parks. You know how they updated Alice in Wonderland with the holograms and the smells, and now it's more of an interactive experience? I feel like they're going to be doing that with the other rides, and I definitely feel that they should with the other Stark Storybook rides, because a lot of them are kind of outdated. I don't think that they're going to be bringing in a Frozen ride. I don't think they're going to edit the castle walkthrough at all. A lot of people are saying that they should edit the castle walkthrough and make it more like Disneyland Paris, I believe, where they have a dragon under the castle. There's no word for a Frozen ride at all. I don't believe it's going to happen in Disneyland at all. If it happens, it would be in California Adventure. Fantasyland is really small. There's very few spaces for improvement there. I don't think that they're going to bring any castle or like a roller coaster. I know that people want the Mine Train roller coaster. It's not going to happen. There's no space. However, there is a little tiny piece of space. I've mentioned it in a previous video. So up there in that area, which is Skyway to Tomorrowland, they could put a restaurant. There aren't that many 5-star restaurants in Disneyland, and the ones that are there, really crowded and busy, like the Blue Bayou. You have to wait, put your name in a week in advance, crazy stuff. So if they put like a 5-star restaurant up there, it would bring more foot traffic into that back section of Tomorrowland, or Fantasyland, and it would be nice because you could have like a nice overlooking of Fantasyland. It'd be a pretty area. The only ride that I think could change, even though it is a little popular, would be the Casey Jr. Circus train. It's kind of just a train ride. For those of you who have been on it, it's kind of boring, I know. It could be gone. Let's talk about Frontierland. Frontierland's fun. I believe Big Thunder is going to stay. There's no changing coming to Big Thunder. I know that they just updated it. It's going to be probably good to go. Most of Frontierland, though, is restaurants and shops. There are 2 large restaurants in Frontierland. There is the Zacala, and then there is the Big Thunder Ranch. Big Thunder Ranch also has that amphitheater behind it and the petting zoo. That area could be changed and made and like give a facelift update. It needs to be, it doesn't need to be. It's a nice area. It's a calm area to just sit and relax. It could be changed into a ride or a restaurant, a different restaurant, a couple different restaurants. It's just a big kind of area that's not really that popular. They could bring back also how they had Rainbow River train, whatever, going from Frontierland over onto Tom Sawyer's Island. If they wanted to do that, there is still space for that. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of opportunity in Frontierland for them to do things. I do think the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island are good for now. I don't think there are going to be any massive changes to that I think Fantasmic's still good to stay. It's been there since 1992, and whenever they try to take it away, people complain. So I don't think Fantasmic's going anywhere. They did just bring in fast passes now for Fantasmic, so you do it the same way you do World of Color, where you go get a pass and then you get a seating area. Tomorrowland. Let's do Tomorrowland. Let's talk about bringing in more Star Wars things for the 60th. They were gonna like bring up all of Tomorrowland to be Star Wars. However, Disneyland is a black hole you throw money into and nothing comes back. They had to cut the budget for the 60th, and there is going to be no Star Wars right now currently for Tomorrowland. However, I hear that there is going to bring more Star Wars into Tomorrowland, or just Disneyland in general. The main problem with Tomorrowland is that it's really not themed anymore. It's kind of just like this weird space slash Iron Man slash whatever. It's just it's not themed. Like if you wanna go forward with it, I feel like it either needs to be super googie 50s space theme, like where people thought we were gonna be in the 50s, like with the weird bubbles on the arms and like little antennas and weird outfits, things like that. Or flip it over and make it completely like super futury, like Star Wars, and bring in more Marvel and make it not as today, but more what years in the future could be. And it's kind of more like where it could be tomorrow. Interventions, what is it? What is it doing right now? What is going on? It needs to be completely different. It's just a bunch of like, oh, we're gonna have some Iron Man suits, and we're gonna have you meet Thor, and we're gonna have a house in there. Yeah, it's fun, but like, what's going on? Fix it up, give us something new. Autopia used to be a couple different Autopias. There used to be like 3 of them, and then they combined 2 of them to make the current Autopia. It could be shrunk down to back to 1 Autopia. It's not that like cool of a ride. It's okay. If we shrink it down, we will have a bunch of space off to the side behind the submarines that we can use. Also, I love the subs to pieces, but that's huge water is taking up a lot of places. It could be taken out. It's also got a lot of problems being an underwater ride. I feel like in the future that section behind the subs and where the water is in front of It's a Small World and behind the Matterhorn, that area could be changed into something different rather than just like a water fixture. My personal preference that I would like to see is they've got the People Mover / rocket rods. The tracks are still up. There needs to be something with that. They're just there. I would like to bring back either rocket rods or the People Movers, maybe make it a dark storybook ride, maybe a Wall-E ride, Incredibles ride, something different and spacey or something futury, something cool. It needs to be brought back, and I know that a lot of these changes would mean that most of Tomorrowland would be closed for these, but you know, you don't even need to re-theme Space Mountain if you make it all Star Wars. You could just make it a space Star Wars-y area, and you could still keep Buzz Lightyear there, because Buzz Lightyear's cool. Adventureland! So Adventureland, I think, is currently the most successful section of the entire park. It's got a ride for everybody. It's got a great e-ticket ride. It's got a ride for all generations. It's got a sit-down, like, musical tiki room area. It's got some great shops. It's got some restaurants you can walk up, get your food real quick. It's super great. It's got a bunch of, like, moving parts. It's awesome. Walk-through bits for Tarzan, great. Awesome. Easy peas. Like, it's just, I feel like the best functional area. It's got Jungle Cruise, you got some comedy in there, throw it all together. The means for improvement, you know, they've got that Aladdin Bazaar square place, I don't know. So that area could be made into maybe more of a dark ride, or it could be brought back as a dinner, like, eating area, because I know right now they kind of use it for meet and greet and storybook time or something, where Aladdin and Jasmine and Genie sometimes come out, tell the story of Aladdin. You know, make it something else. All in all, though, Adventureland's doing perfect. Let's talk about my favorite section, New Orleans Square. So New Orleans Square really is just a giant shop. It's got that entire street area of shop. Cool, it's got a nice theme. You know, I don't really see any reason to change what it is. It's got that, like, great eating area where you could view Rivers of America. It's got 2 great rides. It's beautiful. What I've talked about in a previous video is bring Club 33's old entrance into the public. Make a different restaurant next to Blue Bayou and just turn it over to the public. So let's talk about Critter Country, because Critter Country is just a dead end in the park. You literally go into it and nobody comes back out again ever. They just go in there to die. I don't know. You go into Critter Country though, and literally you go in and there's 2 rides. There's Winnie the Pooh, Splash Mountain, and it dead ends. If we could bring that section to curve back around to Main Street, great walkthrough area, you could put more shops there. It could be like that little Frontierland, Fantasyland thing. I think it would just be all around better for the flow of the park. So the section I believe that needs the most help is Toontown in Disneyland. You know, it's great that it's been so popular, and it opened in 1992 or 3 or whatever. It's really though a bunch of things that were part of the Disney Channel shows back in the day. Not really something that people can relate to anymore. I really liked it when it first opened because I was like 4. But really, it's, you know, it's Gadget Coaster Rescue Rangers. Nobody knows what the Rescue Rangers are. Nobody knows who Gadget is. I know, because I was a child when it came out, but nobody knows anymore. You know, DuckTales, woohoo, coming back, by the way. Maybe they could bring that back and bring DuckTales' involvement into Toontown. I think that they need to update it with more things from current Disneyland Channel shows. Gravity Falls section in the entire park would be amazing. Gravity Falls is doing really well. The show is amazing. It's got a bunch of like meat you could take from the show, build an area, because it's like trees and fanciness. It'd be great. We don't really need the character meet and greet homes anymore. With the meet and greets being so popular nowadays, you can meet them basically anywhere in the park for most of the day. You don't really need the homes. The homes are nice to walk through, but like you don't go to the home anymore to meet Mickey Mouse, because you can meet Mickey Mouse on Main Street or like California Adventure. You know, it could be a Marvel section, it could be a Star Wars section. I just really want to keep Roger Rabbit, because Roger Rabbit, that ride is amazing, and it's amazing, 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 amazing. I don't know how else to describe how amazing that ride is. We need to keep it alive. So Toontown needs help. Fix it up, touch it up, repaint it, do it, tear it down, do stuff, make it beautiful. Ooh, don't move, camera. You stay. You stay. No move. Let's talk about California Adventure. So California Adventure is, they're trying, definitely trying. It still needs to be fixed up. I thought that with the reboot and bringing back like to the roots would help. It didn't. You know, California Adventure still got weird problems. I feel like they need to bring in more Disney stuff. If you want to bring in more Pixar stuff, go for it, but I feel like it's missing the magical qualities that Disneyland has, and a lot of that I feel is that it doesn't hit every generation in every section. Like, there's sections for little kids, there's sections for adults, there's sections for teenagers, but it doesn't hit like, oh, you know, like how Adventureland hits the older generation, middle generation, and children. Like, it's good for everybody. I feel like that all over California Adventure misses that mark. Let's talk about Cars Land, because Luigi's Flying Tires are going to be gone soon. I believe they're already closed, and they're going to be redone, and something's coming in December. I knew that ride wasn't going to last long. They had a similar ride in Tomorrowland a while ago, and they took it out because it was dangerous. Luigi's Flying Tires, I just felt didn't do as well, but you know, it's gone, so we're going to see something new there. I don't think Cars Land's going to change very much, but you know, we'll talk about stuff. So Frozen's a big deal. I don't know if you knew this, but Frozen's a big deal. I don't see the Freezer Night thing lasting much longer than the 60th. I feel like they're going to bring in a new nighttime thing for the 60th. However, that Frozen section that is currently the Frozen section, which was like the Muppets, Hollywood backlot, I feel like they're trying to bring that into more of a Frozen environment like thing. The meet and greet's gonna stay. I don't know if the musical sing-along thing's gonna stay, but you know. Freezer Night is the worst thing ever though. It's just people in flannel. You can't tell who cast members are. You don't know what's going on. I've heard that because we're getting another Tron movie, they're going to bring back Electronica. That would be amazing. Electronica was my favorite of the nighttime things. You know, the color power thing was cool too, but the Freezer Night is really awful. Mad Tea Party was okay. Electronica though, amazing. I just want Laser Man all the time. Laser Man all the time. You know, Bug's Life needs to be more for everybody. There's really just nothing to do for older generation. It's more for little kids. Like, I could go on It's Tough to Be a Bug, but really, like, that's a good time for, like, once. It's okay. Really, you just need to bring more cheesy magic goodness into the park. Just funnel it in. Just pump it full of cheesy magic goodness. It's good times. So also that back section where the Maliboomer used to be, where the orange that's now the Silly Symphony Swings is. Like, what is that? Is it themed? Is it boardwalk, ocean, pier, cheesy, carnival? I don't know what it is. You need to redo that. It's just Disney fix it up, because that section, I literally stop at Toy Story Mania and I don't go back there. I've been back there maybe twice. There's nothing to do back there. Like, we can go on swing rides anywhere. It's really boring. Fix it up, retheme it, bring it up to like something different. It needs to be better because there's no foot traffic back there. There's a restaurant, nobody goes back there. Really bad. Fix it up. That was my idea of where Disneyland should go in the next 40 years. I have faith that Disneyland will turn around and be able to improve what they're doing. Because right now it just seems like they're throwing money at Frozen, and it's really awful because Frozen's not very fun. Make a better movie and then make a world about it. Yeah. You know, for the next few times that you guys want to come see me, you can totally come stalk me. I will be at Disneyland April 24th, I believe 24th, 25th, and 26th. More about that on my Twitter, you can follow me. I got an Instagram. Just pictures of what I'm wearing that day, or a dog, because I like dogs. You can find links for those in the doobly-doo. And besides Disneyland on the 24th, I will be going to Comic-Con. If you want to come say hi, I will be at Comic-Con, and I will be going to Disneyland after Comic-Con. So at Comic-Con, I will be cosplaying as Anna from Frozen, Cubone, and I believe Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy. If you want to come say hi, I'm not a scary person, a little bit. I'm a little scary. I will unfortunately not be going to VidCon this year. There was issues with it last year that I just was not happy with it this year. It was overcrowded. There wasn't good security. My friends were getting trampled by crazy fans. It just wasn't a fun time. Other than that, I hope to see you guys at Disneyland or where am I going? Comic-Con? Yes. So I hope to see you guys there. You know, come say hi. I love you. And that's about it. Bye! You just watched Lazar and Dink. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. If you seem to like my groove, hit subscribe and improve your mood.